This is the story of a boy from South Africa who dared to dream beyond Earth itself. The story of the man behind Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and some of the most ambitious ideas humanity has ever seen. This is Elon Musk. Elon Musk was born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa. From the very beginning, Elon was different. Not just because of his restless curiosity, but because he had an unusual hunger for knowledge. While other kids his age were outside playing soccer, Elon was inside, reading. And not just children's books, he devoured encyclopedias, science fiction, and manuals on how things worked. "I was raised by books," Musk would later say. "Books, and then my parents." By the age of 10, Elon had taught himself programming. At 12, he sold his first piece of software, a space-themed game called Blaster, to a computer magazine for about $500. It was a small win, but for young Elon, it proved something important, that technology could be more than just a hobby. It could be a ticket to a bigger world. Elon grew up in an era of apartheid, a racially divided and politically turbulent South Africa. He didn't agree with the system, and he didn't want to serve in the military, which was enforcing apartheid policies. At 17, Elon made the life-changing decision to leave South Africa entirely. His first stop? Canada, where he enrolled at Queen's University. It was a strategic move. By going to Canada, he could more easily get into the United States, where he believed the real opportunities were. In 1992, Elon transferred to the University of Pennsylvania. He studied both physics and economics, a combination that might seem odd to some, but for Musk, it was perfect. Physics gave him the tools to understand how the universe worked. Economics helped him understand how the world of business operated. At Penn, Elon wasn't just studying, he was already thinking about the future. Friends remember him talking about 3 areas he believed would change the world: the internet, sustainable energy, and space exploration. In 1995, the internet was still new, still wild. Elon dropped out of a PhD program at Stanford after just 2 days, deciding he didn't want to study technology in a lab, he wanted to build it. With his brother Kimball, Elon co-founded Zip2, an online city guide for newspapers. They slept in the office, showered at the local YMCA, and lived on cheap food while coding around the clock. Eventually, the company caught the attention of Compaq, which bought it for $307 million in 1999. Elon's share? $22 million. For most people, that would be enough to retire young. But Elon wasn't interested in comfort. He was interested in building the future. In 1999, Elon founded X.com, an online payment company. This was at a time when most people still worried about typing their credit card numbers into a computer. X.com would later become PayPal after a merger. PayPal grew fast, but not without drama. Elon was actually ousted as CEO in 2000 while on vacation, but he stayed on as the largest shareholder. In 2002, eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion in stock, giving Musk about $180 million after taxes. At 31, Elon could have bought yachts, mansions, and lived a life of ease. Instead, he put nearly all of his fortune into 3 risky ventures: SpaceX, to make space travel affordable; Tesla Motors, to create electric cars for the mass market; Solar City, to bring renewable energy to homes. Friends and family thought he was crazy. Space exploration? Electric cars? These were industries notorious for destroying fortunes. But Elon saw something they didn't: a future where humanity wasn't chained to fossil fuels, or even to Earth itself. SpaceX was founded in 2002 with the dream of sending rockets into space at a fraction of the cost of NASA launches. But the first 3 rocket launches failed. By 2008, Elon was almost out of money. Tesla was struggling, SpaceX was on the verge of collapse, and the global economy was in crisis. Elon later described this as the worst year of my life. Then, everything changed. SpaceX's 4th rocket, Falcon 1, finally reached orbit. Soon after, NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract to resupply the International Space Station. SpaceX had survived, barely. Tesla wasn't Elon's company originally, but he became its biggest investor and eventually CEO. The company faced massive skepticism. Electric cars were seen as slow, impractical, and destined to fail. But the Tesla Roadster proved electric cars could be fast and stylish. Then came the Model S, which won awards and changed public perception forever. Elon's vision wasn't just cars and rockets. SolarCity aimed to cover rooftops with solar panels. He pitched the Hyperloop, a high-speed transportation system. And then there was Neuralink, aiming to connect human brains directly to computers, and the Boring Company, which wanted to build tunnels to solve traffic. SpaceX began working on the Starship, a fully reusable rocket designed to take humans to Mars. Elon's stated goal? Make life multiplanetary. He often says, "I want to die on Mars, just not on impact." Elon Musk is far from perfect. He has made mistakes, faced criticism, and taken risks that most would never dare. But his story is proof that the future belongs to those who believe in it, enough to build it. The only question is, what future will you create? Like, share and subscribe for more stories that inspire.